Acknowledge recording. All right. So as we're recording, I just want to thank everyone for joining us at this meeting today. I'm really excited. I feel like we have all our ducks in a row, and as we're getting closer to the event, more and more people are coming and saying they want to be a part of it, which is really good. We are a few days away from the event, actually. So like 28 days away. And I know we had decided last week that we were gonna use Zoom, but I couldn't get Hopin out of my head. So I just went, you know how you're like, when you wake up and you're just thinking of something. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna try one more time. So I did this whole thing, pleading. And then we did a test yesterday with a couple of people who were able to hop on, and it is not what we thought, y'all. So it's a cool platform, but it's not what we thought, right? We want the Zoom experience, but with being able to load the videos easily, and breakout rooms are cool, have like I really like how they had a sponsorship like booths, right? So if you you could go to a booth, right? So you could go backstage, go watch a video from Casa, go watch a video from Metro, go watch one of our sponsor videos, right? So it's like we would be able to set up like a booth kind of area and give you that virtual experience. So I am gonna take that I saw on their back end and just build it out on a website. Does that make sense? So on our page, essentially it'll be live as soon as I hit submit, whatever, it'll be live. Started gridding it out, and it'll be like an event booth. Does that make sense? And then whoever our biggest sponsors are would get like the full spread, and then like almost like a magazine. Imagine if you were doing a magazine and you were giving like quarter sheet ads and full sheet ads. And I kind of feel like that's kind of what we need to do, and just make a page of partners and supporters or something like that, right? Partners and sponsors. And then that whole page would be like a grid of all the people. And then when you click on, it takes you to that person's environment, right? Where you see their contact information. And who is that dinosaur? Is that you, Simone? I was like, are we in Jurassic Park? What's going on? I can't hear you, Simone.
I was playing with it the whole time, and then I was like, oh, look, it can talk for me.
You just like, okay, I like Jurassic Park, so that was kind of cool. Now you're going to make me want to go watch Jurassic Park. So just get back into my...
Hey, we're recording. Sound professional.
Oh, sorry. No fun allowed.
It's okay, you're allowed. Okay, so does that make sense to everyone?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna benchmark it. I hate saying steal. I'm gonna benchmark their idea of the booths, and we're just gonna flip it and make our website that. And then if people are so inclined, we'll be able to tell them during the event, hey, feel free, if you're watching right now and you have double monitors, you can go to our website and start to watch, and visit the booths, if you like. And then obviously they'll be participating in the show itself that's going on. So we are definitely using Zoom. So I've just actually finished I guess going live on it. So I'm going to copy the invitation, and it'll be better than this right now. It's just for you guys right now, but I'm going to put it in the working document because that was my task to have done by today. And I guess I can say now that I've done it. A roundabout way did it while trying to figure out how to still use a really cool platform. So that's done. And then before I share my screen, does anybody have anything that maybe I can add to an agenda that maybe we should talk about?
I would like to talk about sponsorships, as in like, what have we received? Because I don't seem to get that information if we have received anything, so that I can know like, okay, we're good on this, we're good on that.
Okay.
Like, what is there already, I guess.
Yeah. Let me close some of my windows up here. We were talking about right before the meeting, Michelle was really helping me, I guess, expand my sphere of influence. So there was all these like links I have up here of searching some fun stuff. So
Do you want us to add the sponsorships we received to our working Google document?
Yeah, if we can do that. Let me go ahead and share my screen now. So that way we are So we can just start typing in there, if that makes sense. Okay, now sometimes when I share my screen, everybody like everything moves and like it's like silly. I feel like as soon as you share your screen, you lose the format you had of like, I can see everybody, now you can't, sorry. Okay, there we go, that's better. Okay, so let me make it so I can see what I'm doing. So, Simone, you want to know what sponsorships we've received?
Excuse me, sorry about that. I was talking to Chris about getting the press release, and I know it's a work in progress, so if we can just make that part of the notes so we can keep track of it. So I want to send some stuff out to my alma mater and local paper, like have you guys heard of this paper called the Island Moon? It's our little dinky paper. It is, it's hilarious, but it's big. It's not just 2 or 3 pages, but so they like to have the island angle. So I'm thinking, oh, okay, I can send them something.
Mm-hmm.
The press release is ready. Veronica recommended that we wait until after this storm is gone, or she said it'll just get ignored by the media.
Okay. Sounds
And,
good.
and what I was thinking, Michelle, what we'll do is, because it's ready, we'll make a PDF of it and just email it out to everybody. And then, of course, not to the press. And then you can then do what you want with it.
Yeah, and you can actually mark that, do a watermark on it that just says not for release. I just want to make sure that my verbiage is dead on with what you guys want. So.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I think it's fine. You can, it's ready. There's nothing secretive in there. What she's just not wanting to do is send it to like the Chris 6 and all the big stations so they don't see it as a non-news thing.
Got it. Got it.
So you're good. And I mean, if the Island Moon, I think I have seen that. They drop them, right? Like randomly, if you go to like random stores, it's like,
oh yeah, they're
like
kind of everywhere.
Yeah. So I think, and I think there's other little publications like that in Corpus. So yeah, cool. All right, so let's go ahead and start. I wanted to start off with just checking in with Chris. I wrote 1, 2, 3, not because I have 3 items for you, Chris, but it was just a placeholder.
Yeah.
Do you want to give us just a quick update on how that's going?
I've only seen a few videos so far, but the only thing I'm worried about is I haven't heard back from all of the speakers. I'm trying to keep tabs on all their progress, but I haven't heard back from all of them. Now the coaches, I got a hold of Yasi.
Megan,
Megan Yasi, all her people are great. She's taking care of everything. The other coaches have been a little harder to get a hold of. I need to double up on my efforts for that.
Okay. So I guess, can I ask just really quickly, we have Megan, do we have Debbie Lindsay Opal also helping? Okay,
yes,
do we have anyone else?
Yeah, your buddy, what's her name?
Crystal?
She helped us, no, she helped us with the Meet the Speakers.
Deshauna. Okay. So we have Deshauna, Megan, and Debbie.
Yes, and all the speakers say that they're in touch with their coaches, and the coaches say they're in touch with their speakers. I just haven't heard an update in a week or two.
Okay, so let's check on that. I know Megan has been copying me on everything she's been doing. And is anyone here being coached by Megan? No? Okay. Well, apparently, Belkis is with her, and I think there's a couple of other people. And they've even had like a face-to-face practice, and they're doing really good. And I'm not participating, but because Megan's copying me, I'm getting to see all they're doing and seeing how they're promoting for each other also. So they're doing a really good job.
Oh, Megan's all over it. Jeez.
Yeah, she's really rocking it. So she's doing what Megan does. The Megan effect. Okay.
I put her with Isaac because Isaac's young and Megan's the youngest coach. I thought they'd get along.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
I'm wondering too if maybe we could have Tim. I see Tim's on the line. I don't see who else is on. Is if the speakers would be interested in having a Zoom or anything right before, not to give all of our speeches because that would just get really difficult, but just sort of a speaker support call. Tim, sort of like I can't hear you, buddy. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that sounds like a great idea.
So I'm not sure how we want to set that up, but it's sort of, it doesn't have to be private. Like you guys can attend if you want, you know,
Yeah.
but just something to make the cohesive group feel like, because normally I think we would have probably met somewhere, you know, like at a coffee shop or whatever. So
Well, do you want to send out an email so we can start figuring out a date and a time to do that?
yeah, like a Zoom call, like on, you know, right after this meeting, or I don't know, something just to make it feel a little bit more like a speaker group.
Oh, we can take over. Like I almost feel like if you want to, I feel comfortable that people know this time. And so if you wanted to, Tim and Michelle, Tammy, we can just do this meeting next week be a speaker support call.
Okay.
That way it's simple. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
I think the people that want to do it, that's great. And the ones that are feeling kind of outside of it might bring them back in. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then we'll just get on the phone with them a bunch also during the week, I guess, to touch base.
Do you mind adding the coaches?
The coaches to the, yes. Okay. So invite coaches. It's going to be for everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then the other thing I was going to mention is, even though we're having the event on the 17th, we are having a rehearsal of the event on the 10th, if that makes sense. So we'll just, and it'll be obviously not 3 hours because we're not going to watch everyone's videos, but I kind of want to run through like a script, if that makes sense. So we'll just do a dry run of that as well. All right. So for Simone, can anyone tell us, like, what was, sorry, I can't remember the name of the company that gave us the mat, not the mat, the rug. Yeah.
361 Wellness.
Yeah, I was like, where did I put that? I put it somewhere.
It's 361wellness.com.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, see, I didn't put it in there. Okay. So there was 361 Wellness. And then I'm just trying to think off the top of my head, but if anyone can tell me another one, and I'm going to go look in Eventbrite. I gotta move this down. Come on. I almost feel like every time I come to Eventbrite, they've done something different, but maybe it's just me. Okay. So let's go to, I usually go to edit. Oh, so now we're at 165, y'all.
Oh, cool.
It's like every day I go to it, I'm like, ah. So, okay, so this is the other thing that hasn't happened. I haven't flipped this to be very clear that it's virtual, right? So that's what we were waiting for. So I will definitely do that. But in here, we'll be able to, and I apologize, I'm going to pause recording because there were some people who didn't want to be known that they donated. Does that make sense?
Huh.
Is that okay?
Sure.
I'll pause the recording. Why isn't it letting me? Pause recording. And then I think, I mean, I should have said this before I resumed recording, but I think one of the things I can tell you is this event's gonna happen really well, and however it needs to happen, we're gonna take a collection plate if we need to, but we'll figure it out. And even people who aren't here right now, I just keep thinking of people that I know in the community who I could literally just say, hey, we need $100, we need $200, we need $300, please, you know? So we're looking for people to step up, but I think at some point, if we really are strapped, then I think there's phone calls we can make and be like, hey, could you just help me out? Like, we just need this for the TEDx event. And there's people in Corpus who are good for it.
Yeah.
So so no one else has spent any money, right? Good. So we're good on that. So the logistics, one of the things I was thinking about when we had our last meeting, Marge was really good about our security of the Zoom. And the more I thought about it, the more I was like, you know what, better safe than sorry. So I think we should assign somebody that their only job is to just be like the security officer, if that makes sense.
Just to throw out people that are causing trouble.
Yeah, if that even happens. Does that make sense? Let me not make the assumption that, because I obviously on my end I can do it. Chris, you're going to be a co-host, you can do it, you know.
Yeah.
Whoever's on here, Tim, I'm going to make you a co-host too, even though you're a speaker. Tammy, pretty much anyone who is allowed to speak, right, will be a co-host, and they can all go in there and do stuff, but it's better, I think, if we have a person assigned, right? So
Yeah.
let's think through this. I don't think anybody in here right now doesn't have another role.
Yeah, but we also need to make sure that that person knows how to work Zoom
Yeah.
and knows how to kick people out,
Yes.
as opposed to having to, you know, interrupt and ask, like, where do I go? What is it? And ask a lot of questions.
Stephanie Gallegos is good with Zoom, and she doesn't have much other stuff to do. She might do it. She's been pretty reliable too.
Yeah, and also if there's a way to delete chats, you know, a chat. I'm not sure if you can do that.
No, you can't.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Well, you can just remove the person, right?
Right. And make a note that you removed that person. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And then the other thing is just to keep in mind that, I mean, I almost feel like that's like 1% of what may happen.
Oh yeah, it's not going to be a problem.
No.
And as many events and stuff that I have been at, I haven't had that happen. All the horror stories of people saying trolls have come into their meetings, I haven't experienced that yet. But I agree. So we need to assign someone. I'm hesitant on my husband because he's already helping with making sure like the sharing is happening. I have him pretty much doing, the videos will be already like full screen on one of his monitors. And then I really do want to still have like a PowerPoint, and it'll be like, I don't know, I just kind of want a little intro before the speaker starts. So anyway, long story short, I feel like he's busy. And I know he's good at Zoom.
What about one of the coaches? What about Deshauna? She's good with Zoom, isn't she?
Yeah, I guess, you know what, when you were telling me about your communication with her, I just kind of want to make sure that we're making sure that people are available as we want them to be. So we can tentatively put Deshauna and then ask her, right?
Sure.
Well, and you know what? She sometimes when she has the meetings with us, she goes to her office. Today's my dog's birthday, Ziggy.
Your dog.
He's going for a walk. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for the other leash that had the bags, the green one.
You mean the doggy bags? They're in my bag. Here.
But there's the green.
The green.
So
Okay,
in the
so-
meantime, have you guys watched the podcast yet? The 3 podcasts?
I'm gonna listen. I'm doing it Monday, so I'm gonna listen to 1 or 2 this weekend just to see what it's like. Have you done yours yet?
No, mine is not till the 22nd, but Rudy and Crystal are following sort of a guideline. So
Okay.
listen in because you'll learn what the questions are.
Right on.
And they're just amazing. They're amazing podcasts. First with Liza and Chris, and it's just, the other 2, they're just, it's going to be good.
Rudy makes it really easy.
Can I want to be transparent here and address a horror story that I've had
Okay.
in that kind of situation. So Aislinn has she's done a virtual interview called Voices for Wellness,
Mm-hmm.
and I was the first person up on that, and a disgruntled client of mine jumped on the chat and said a few choice things in the chat. Her Joe Hilliard was saw that, but had to walk over to Aislinn and ask her what was going on. So it took like a minute or two before that person was taken out of the chat room.
Well, Rudy's aren't live.
No, I'm not talking about Rudy. I'm talking about this. I'm talking
Oh,
about what we're going to do. So,
Yeah.
so I have a concern of one particular person. So is it going to be, would it be, I'm thinking it's, instead of waiting for that to happen, I'm wondering, because I know who this person is, would it be possible for me to see if their name is on the list of people who are going to attend?
yeah, I would definitely share that info,
Yes.
Tim, and we'll take care of
Let
it
us
before it even
know.
starts.
And
Okay.
Yes, but
also,
it's not security because people can rename themselves whatever they want. I mean, when I joined this morning, I popped up as Chris Butler. So,
Okay.
you know, I mean, I'm just like FYI, yeah.
Okay.
okay, so here's what I'm thinking also. So one of the things I do on my show, which sounds really silly, is I started doing a disclaimer before the podcast to make sure people knew that the information was for educational purposes only and should not be confused with professional advice, right? I'm not telling you to like go change your whole life if you consider a professional before you take my advice. And what if we did a mini disclaimer before the event to kind of set the tone? So everyone knows that it's a professional environment and we're all supposed to be inclusive of each other and we will not tolerate, kind of like, without saying it, but saying it and kind of like saying in a kind way, and I'll have it scripted. Check yourself. And if you don't, we'll kick you out. You know what I mean?
I like that. And it's a long event, so you might even do that on one of the breaks, just remind
Yes.
everybody it's inclusive environment. I love how you said that. I think that's appropriate.
Inclusive, professional, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this person has a diagnosis that probably wouldn't respect that disclaimer.
Sure.
So if I could at some point, because I know this is a confidentiality issue,
Yes.
that I'll get with either you or Chris with that person's name, or somehow
Yep.
look at our list so that can be dealt with before this happens.
And I would even say, and I don't mind that it's being recorded, what I would say is like, really what would happen is we wouldn't, like if we looked at the meeting invitation registrations and saw them, we wouldn't delete them now. We would delete them like 5 minutes before the event.
Right on.
So they don't have enough time to figure out what just happened. They'll think the event's just not happening. So, because if we did it early, then they'd have time to think about it, register under a different name and all that, right? So, and then also whoever our security person is, it's like having the bouncer at the door, right? The bouncer knows the photos of the people not to let in. So, and then the other thing is when we do a disclaimer like that, what it does is it puts everyone else who's sensitive to that on notice. So when they do notice that, they call people out. So then the audience will also feel empowered to understand that that behavior was not part of our collective understanding of how this environment was supposed to be.
Good
and
idea.
So when somebody comes out and they're an outlier, I think the community sometimes the community handles it. I feel like that's kind of what happens. So, so I think we should be good. But yeah, thanks for bringing that up.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Now you're gonna make me want to go watch that thing you did with Aislinn.
Well, no, I think it was removed. So after it was removed from the chat, you couldn't. Well, I only think that the video is available on Zoom now, so you can't see what happened in the Zoom chat. But as soon as that person was removed from the chat room, there was no prior. You couldn't see what occurred. You weren't able to see what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let me put my name on this so that I'll write it, and I don't usually write things from scratch. Like I'm just getting it from somewhere, and TED probably has one, so we'll probably just grab it from a TED. So from some TED verbiage, right? I really like how they talk about this event being exactly what it is, right? Totally inclusive of all identities and all contexts of humanity. Okay. So the next thing I want to just mention is when we went to take photos at TEDxColePark, I really noticed that Andrea is like a boss and she kind of like handles stuff. So I want to put her in charge of just making sure we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, if that makes sense. So like, for example, these notes, can she make sure like we did them? Does that make sense? I know she's not here right now, but I kind of want to assign her to do things like that. Do you understand?
If she can handle middle school kids, this is easy for her.
Yeah. So I really liked how she was like making sure we had done stuff. And I don't know if you guys agree. If you were there, I don't know if you got that sense. I got that sense like she was pretty much handling it.
She did.
Yeah, she kind of like
Yes.
the caregiver. She was the caregiver, and it'd be good to have after the meetings, somebody just shoot the email out again. By the way, here's the speaker or the meeting notes.
Yeah.
Review it. What do you have to add?
Yeah. So, and I know she's not here right now, and that's totally fine. But I'm pretty sure if I messaged her and said, "Hey, you're in charge now. Make sure we do what we're supposed to be doing." Okay.
She would like that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do that, and I think it'll be good for us. Because I've had a lot of things going on, like just on a personal level for my work and home, and just it's just many things going on, and so I've kind of been like my energy and TED has shifted a little bit. So so I will appreciate all the support that we can get from each other. For marketing, I really like that we have the press release done, and that was the only that was the only thing that I think was important. Everything else that comes from marketing, which means posters, which I don't even think the poster is gonna come through, and maybe it's still coming through, but any social posts, those I think will be just good to have, right? It's good to have them, but I kind of feel like everyone is doing such a good job on their own right now. Like I feel like I've seen so many posts about TEDxColePark, and everyone's just posting on their own personal profiles, and I love that. And I think that's probably why we have the numbers we have. It's really just nobody owns marketing even. It's like everyone is just doing it, which is really good.
What
So,
is the
Lisa-
numbers? Because I missed all of that. Because I know that Rudy reached out to me, and Tim, I believe, right, Tim, asking how many participants we have currently. So what is that number?
165.
Sure. So yeah, so now we have 165 on Eventbrite, but on Facebook, you know how people can do interested? We have over 400.
Nice.
So the goal here is that I've set up the Zoom. I'm gonna make it a link that that's easy, so people can just go straight to it. It's probably just gonna be TEDxColePark.com, and then it goes straight to this, and then I'm gonna email pretty much everybody who I just CS feed out of Eventbrite. They're gonna get an email letting them know that it's totally like after I flip the website, right? So right now the website still kind of acts like we're going to ColePark, right? So after all that is done, I'm hoping that 165 even bumps up a little more, because now we'll have all the Facebook people getting the notice to go register for real. Does that make sense?
It will.
Yeah,
Every
I think
event
it
that
will.
I've helped with, a quarter of the people sign up 3 days before the event.
Yeah.
Wow.
So so first I have to upgrade my Zoom, so I'm gonna do that, because I have a feeling that there'll be more people than we think. So so as much as we say, my goal was like 50 people. So this is crazy right now.
Awesome.
I'm like, what? This is nuts. Okay, nuts.
So this is going to be available. Like the talk is going to be recorded, so it's correct. So it's going to be available afterwards.
So the event, right? So we'll have the event as a Zoom that's recorded.
Okay.
And then we'll also have your videos that are really good, right? But those are the ones we'll send to TED. We're not going to send TED the event. They don't care about the fluff around the event.
Right.
They just care about the talks. And so I'm going to send them the really good produced talks on a stage. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
I was wondering, are people going to, are the people that are interested, viewers, are they gonna know ahead of time that it's going to be recorded, so if they can't make it to the 17th event, that they'll be able to watch it afterwards?
I don't want to tell them that, because then people
you'll let
will
them
say,
know
oh,
after,
I won't go.
because they'll
No.
put it off.
It'll
Right.
be for us, and we'll probably only publish the full event, like, I don't know, like, okay, we're gonna launch it as we're launching TEDx Corpus Christi or something like that, and it'll be like a viewing party, and then we'll make it live we'll do like a premiere maybe on YouTube or on Facebook. You know how you can premiere and people can watch together, but then it'll be live forever there. But yeah, I would wait on that. I wouldn't even tell people we're recording.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So maybe afterwards people, in case you missed it, view here or
And
something
stay
like that.
connected. We are making plans to make this event that we recorded available, because let me tell you this, typically what happens is if you missed a TED event local, like we never usually would record like the whole entire event. It was usually just you would see the talks.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Gotcha.
so if you missed it, you kind of missed it.
Right.
So I have two questions.
Yes.
One, the photos, what happened to that? I know we were supposed to do that this week, and did we
That's what
not do
Maria
that?
was asking me too.
The headshot. So that's another thing. And if not, those, now what I did was a screenshot from the video, because nobody sent us the our actual photo
They're available.
from that we took at the Cole Park. So I just took a screenshot and cropped it so it looked like I had a copy of the photo to use as promotion. So I think I'm still on the marketing part. So if we are not going to take like the indoor headshots, is it possible to actually get the photo, because it'll be a better quality that Moose took at the park with the little X behind it, and it has that part? That would be great to send the speakers. The second thing is the videos that we're talking about. So the speaker videos, are they going to be housed on, do we have a TEDxColePark YouTube channel where they'll be housed on there? How will we be able to share our video for promo purposes, I guess?
Sure.
And for our own little, I call it a Vita because I'm an educator, to share that with other people after the event. Because if TED doesn't pick it, it's not going to be on the TED thing. So how we have access to the videos after to kind of keep the promo going, like, and just to have it as our own like memento.
Sure. So one thing I can tell you is we have to send it to TED first. So the recording, you'll be able to see your video ahead of time. Like you'll see your own video ahead of time. So what I can say, Dr. Tammy, maybe this is something we can just come up with a plan for. It takes a while for TED, I guess, to publish the videos because they probably have their own process of review and then making sure that it goes live. But what I can do is just kind of find out whether we can, you know what I mean? I don't know whether
yes, and that's what I didn't know either. Like if we could only share our videos if they published it, or could we have the link, a link to our personal video, not everybody's, but just our personal video, for different things. Like I'm going up for promotion, and so to have the video to share as a part of my portfolio would be good. That kind of thing. So
okay,
that's probably more a self-serving reason I'm asking, is just for things like that, even if there are restrictions. Even if there are restrictions on publishing them, like on social media, is it possible to just have it to share for things like that, for like promotion? And
I don't even think there's a restriction. I'm just gonna ask.
Okay. No, I want you to ask. That's why I was asking, because
because
I wouldn't publish it on my social media if it's not allowed, but I would want to share it for my job promotion. I guess I'm saying promotion for two different definitions, but my job promotion type thing.
I suspect that as soon as the event is over, I suspect that we're good. This is what I just suspect that you'll have the raw video. So now you can put that video on your Facebook, on your own YouTube. Does that make sense?
Right. Yes. And that's
but
what, you know,
keep in mind that I think this is what has happened before for me. If you post a video and then TED wants to put it on their platform, they'll block yours. Does that make sense? Because what if you go viral? They don't let you go viral on yours, right?
Yeah.
Not that I don't know whether that's their intention.
All that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would just say, let me ask, because I'm sure this has happened before.
Right.
And I have the photos of everyone in a Google Drive, and so I'm gonna send it to you, Tammy. I'm gonna send you the link, and you can download like the full quality of the picture that Moose made. The other thing I'm gonna do, because I guess it's just taking a while, I have a little bit of graphic, I guess, whatever stuff. I can remove the people. I can remove one person and make that image where it says TEDxColePark and the connecting things. I can make that plain, so that way anyone can take that and do whatever they want with it. Like, for example, Maria doesn't have a photo like the way you guys have. And what I'm gonna do is take her photo and just make it look like that. Does that make sense? Because on our website, I kind of want it to be clean.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what
So,
you normally do is use Canva to create my
yes,
graphics and stuff. And
yes,
so, but it'd be nice to have the TEDx photo for my promotion so I can do
yes.
it, consistent with everyone else, consistent with our promotion and our branding.
Right.
Official. So then when people are seeing it, they're just, whoa, it's everywhere. It's following me. The universe is talking to me.
Yes.
That's how things happen, right? Okay, cool.
So
All right.
up on the website, you guys are going to be working on, because I've seen a couple of posts of who's speaking. So you guys are obviously that's part of the press release situation. So you'll release that soon, and we can just point them to that page and say, these are your speakers.
Yeah, and it was already supposed to have been done by now. So that's bad that it hasn't happened yet. So I'm gonna go in there and update the website. It was supposed to have happened already, and it should have even happened. Remember when we had the speaker reveal party? That's when it was supposed to have happened. So
well, it's 2020.
I know. Is this normal? No. Are we supposed to have a pandemic / hurricanes / oh my gosh, and if you live in Portland, there's fires and it looks like Mars over there. Oh my gosh, like the whole world is struggling right now, and we're having an election. Ha ha ha, everyone.
Oh, gosh.
Okay. So good times. Okay, well, that's pretty much all I had. We have a little bit more time, so I'm going to stop sharing unless somebody wants to add something to this list.
You were talking about, no, nothing to that list. I just wanted to make sure that all the speakers are comfortable on the day of the shooting, October 3rd. I'm going to have a bunch of finger foods and drinks and teas and stuff like that. Is there anything else that I need to make sure happens that day so everybody's comfortable?
No, I don't even think you need to bring what you're saying you're going to bring, but yeah, but if you bring that, that'd be great.
Well, in case it takes all day.
Yeah, I think people need to bring their PPE. So like, everyone mask up, and bring yourself, I guess, Chris.
Do we need a recliner for Belkis?
Oh yeah.
I know, right?
It's like 2 weeks due or something in October. I don't know. I can't remember from her podcast.
She said she'd be 2 weeks away from her due date on the day that this thing airs.
Oh my.
I mean, it's gonna be so good. Like I just always see, I don't know why it is when I see pregnant women doing stuff like this on the stage, I'm like, you go, woman, you go with your baby and do it.
Yeah, she gets to share that with her baby, right? Oh my God, it makes me get teary-eyed.
Yeah, maybe did a talk. You did a TED talk before. But my son calls it while they're adapting. I don't know why you said that, but while you were adapting.
Cute.
What? Makes sense, I guess. Adapting to humanity, I guess. I don't know. But I like how he says it. But yeah, while you were adapting, you were giving a TED talk. Oh, which reminds me, we have a little bit of time, so hopefully y'all are okay. I want to just vibe on TEDx Youth. So I have this great idea. So I'm working with this organization, and we've been tasked with launching TEDx at work. So we're doing it, this is exclusive, so nobody else is going to be able to do TED Talks that are crafted for work, right? So for training. So like, for example, you watch a TED Talk and we have the handouts of discussion, whatever, right? So all the back end stuff. And while I was doing all that work, I kept thinking to myself, like, oh my goodness, like, I want to kind of flip the stuff I do with Power Up with the kids. And I want to make it where, because there's so many awesome kid TED Talks, like really good ones. And I want to show 5th graders, 6th graders, 7th graders, 8th graders. I want them to see themselves on the stage through these kids. And I was thinking through a meeting that we could have, I don't know, weekly by weekly with kids who want to be part. So like TEDster kids, whatever we try to call them. And what we do for this hour is they watch a kid talk, like we curate just one kid talk. We discuss the talk. And then for the next meeting, we have people sign up. So we have however many people want to sign up to give their version of that talk. Does that make sense?
Oh, cool.
And it'll be like a communication training / teaching moments for the kids, because, you know, some of the talks are educational that the kids give. Anyway, I don't know if y'all think that's like a good thing if we did that. Not but like I plan on doing that. Selfishly, because I'll not force my kids, but they're gonna do it.
Mhm.
I don't know. I always think I'm like, okay, the only way this works is if other kids are doing it. Otherwise, it's just mom and her kids. You know, then it's not fun anymore. Do you guys think that would be kind of cool for our community? And it'd
Yeah.
be virtual.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we just sit and watch a TED Talk and
Mhm.
then discuss the TED Talk and then prepare for them to give their version of that talk. So whatever spoke to them for 2 to 3 minutes, like not long, you know, we could even make it 1 to 2 minutes.
Mhm.
And they could read if they want to, like no pressure, however they want to do it, you know.
Yep.
I think that'd be fun. Okay, cool. Ooh, I should stop sharing my screen. This whole time I'm sharing my screen. All right. I think that's it, y'all. We can end the meeting. Should we end it with a photo? Even though I know Tammy and Simone, it's okay that you're like that. Okay, when I do the photo, I don't know if you can do your reactions. Oh, there's Simone.
That sounded like Tim talking to his patients. It's okay that you're like that.
I don't say it's okay, no.
I know, I know.
Our internet was changed
A lot
now.
of times it's not okay.
Okay, Dr. Tammy, make sure you do a thumbs up. Can you do a
I
reaction?
would, yes, because
Okay.
I'm not dressed for.
No, that's fine. You're
photos.
doing what I
I have
usually do.
Pilates class after this, so I have my hair all wrapped up and all kinds of stuff. Let me find the reaction on this tablet. Here we go. There we go.
Okay, so I'm gonna do it. I think it goes away after a little bit. So 1, 2, 3, everyone say cheese. Okay, cool, thanks.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Yep, you as well. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.